Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Guys, are you able to listen me?
Yes, sir.
All right. Um, so my name is Dr. Safir Abbas, and I'm also going to teach you PRC along with Dr. Asadullah Qazi. So I guess उन्होंने सुबह 2 घंटे का लेक्चर आपके साथ दिया है. Is it?
Yes, sir.
All right. So how actually we will proceed? Uh, this week we are planning to cover just a general introduction. From next week, actually, Dr. Asadullah Qazi will teach you LRFT or Ultimate Strength Design Method, and I will try to cover AST part, Allowable Stress Design Method. Secondly, before coming to ODL lecture, I would say you have to watch the recorded videos. Whenever I will appear on ODL lecture, I will make sure that I uploaded the recorded video lecture for that particular day. Did you able to upload that recorded video lecture? आपने recorded video lecture देखा है इसका introduction का? नहीं देखा तो कह दो नहीं देखा.
No, sir.
No, sir.
नहीं देखा, right? All right, guys, make sure that whenever you appear in the ODL lecture, you have to watch the recorded video lecture. क्योंकि most of the questions जो आपके ज़हन में आएंगे मैंने वो recorded video lecture में complete बना के आपके साथ share कर दिया है. Can you guys just confirm that? Do you have the access to go to that MS Team recorded lecture? आपको पता है ये पढ़ा कहाँ पे हुआ है recorded lecture? गाइस आपको पता है ये रिकॉर्डेड लेक्चर पढ़ा कहाँ पे हुआ है? कहाँ पे पढ़ा हुआ है? जी मेरे नाम का फोल्डर है, उसके अंदर जो है वो 2 फोल्डर बने हुए हैं. कौन कौन से फोल्डर हैं वो? एक फोल्डर की हेडिंग है, एक फोल्डर की हेडिंग है पीडीएफ लेक्चर्स, उसमें पीडीएफ फॉर्म में जो लेक्चर्स हैं वो मैंने अपलोड किए हुए हैं. और सेकंड फोल्डर है जिसमें लिखा हुआ है रिकॉर्डेड वीडियोस. उस रिकॉर्डेड वीडियो को अगर आप क्लिक करें तो यू विल गेट द रिकॉर्डेड लेक्चर. As I said, let's say next week I have a lecture regarding AST. So I will make sure that before the ODL lecture, I will upload 1 or 2 days before the lecture that recorded video. So I would highly recommend you when you appear in ODL lecture, you have to watch that one. ये आपको ये बात समझ आई है guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Okay.
All right. So let me share first my screen with you. मैंने अभी डॉक्टर काजी से बात की है कि कहाँ तक उन्होंने आपको पढ़ाया. तो ही सेड कि वो आपका रिकॉर्डेड लेक्चर्स ही उन्होंने देखा था. तो मैंने उनसे पूछा, उन्होंने कोड्स एंड स्पेसिफिकेशन से रिलेटेड कुछ बातें आपके साथ शेयर की हैं, राइट? डॉक्टर काजी ने आपके साथ कोड और स्पेसिफिकेशन से रिलेटेड कुछ शेयर किया. लेट मी प्रोसीड फर्दर. फर्स्ट आई वुड लाइक टू शेयर माय स्लाइड्स विद यू. जी आर यू एबल टू सी माय डेस्कटॉप स्क्रीन विद? आप मेरे डेस्कटॉप स्क्रीन को देख सकते हैं?
Yes, sir.
ऑलराइट, सो लेट मी कंटिन्यू नाउ. जी नहीं नजर आ रही?
आ रही है सर, नजर आ रही है.
नजर आ रही है. ऑलराइट, so I will just quickly go through again these slides, but as I said, you can watch the recorded video and you get full detail of these slides over there. So let me proceed. Now we have 2 different types of load. One we called as dead load and second we called as live load. Actually dead load are those load which do not change their position, which do not change their magnitude. That we called as dead load. Normally self weight is considered as a dead load. Now we have live load. Live load are those which basically changes their position and magnitude with respect to time. Dead load do not change position and magnitude. Live load change their position and magnitude. Now, density of various material. Let's say if we have PCC, we can assume density equals to 2300 kg per meter cube. So these are just density of various material. If you are not given with these densities, you can assume these values. RCC, for example, RCC, we can assume 2400 kg per meter cube. Similarly, live load, if live load is not given and if you want to design, you can use these values. For residential building or for residential house, you can assume 200 kg per meter square. If we have offices, we can consider 250 kg per meter square and so on. Actually, basic idea for designing is our applied action needs to be multiplied by a factor of safety that needs to be equals to maximum internal resistance of the material. Whatever the load we are applying on the member internal resistance needs to be greater than that which we are actually applying it. Factor of safety, normally we apply factor of safety in order to cover the uncertainties due to applied load, due to material strength, due to poor workmanship, or any other unexpected behavior of the structure, or maybe to cover the action of natural disaster, we apply a factor of safety. As we know that we have two different methods for the design. One we call as LRFD and second we call as AST method. We know that in case of LRFD method, we actually applied factor on the load. However, in case of AST method, we do not apply any factor on the load. Yes, this is very important. Now we have two things. One we called as analysis and second we called as design. Whenever we say design of structure always means to that we need to calculate the cross-sectional dimension as well as amount of reinforcement in it. Again, I am repeating, if I say design of structure, design always meaning to that you need to calculate two things. Number one, cross-sectional dimension, and number two, amount of reinforcement. If we say analysis or analyze or capacity analysis, it always meaning to that you need to find out the maximum load carrying capacity of the structure. So analysis, maximum load carrying capacity of the structure you need to find out, and in the design you need to find out cross-sectional dimension and amount of reinforcement. Basic objective of a designer or engineer is make sure that structure need to be safe first and then it needs to be economical. And this needs to be followed in the same order. Meaning to that structure needs to be first safe and then structure needs to be economical. We have different loading combination. You have studied that in steel structure as well. Most likely we will use this one, 1.2 times dead load and 1.6 times live load. These are strength reduction factor. For bending and flexure, we will use 0.9. For shear and torsion, we will use 0.75. And for columns, we will use either 0.65 or either 0.75. I will let you know where this factor needs to be used. Now we have two things actually. One we call as shrinkage and other we call as creep. Shrinkage is actually reduction in volume of concrete due to loss of water.
Loss of water may be due to evaporation at high temperature, or loss of water may be due to chemical reaction between cement and water. Other thing, we have creep. Creep is basically deformation which appeared as a result of amount of load acting for a longer period of time at the same point. I will repeat, creep or a load which is acting for a longer period of time at the same point. That deformation we call as creep. Creep is a function of compressive strength basically. Yes, this is important. So whenever I say compressive strength of concrete, it always meaning to that compressive strength of concrete at 28 days. So whenever we say compressive strength, it always and always meaning to that strength of concrete at 28 days. 28 दिन के बाद जो strength होगी, that will basically reflect the compressive strength. Normally compressive strength is denoted by FC dash. If we want to find out compressive strength using STM method, then we have to cast cylinder 150 by 300 millimeter cylinder. If we want to find out the compressive strength by British standard says you have to cast the cubes. Cylinder strength is normally 0.75 to 8 times of the cube strength. I have a picture, this picture. This is cylinder testing and this is cube testing. If we are following British standard, we will cast the cube and test the cube. If we are following STM standard, then we will cast the cylinders. Cylinder height is basically 300 millimeter and its diameter is 150 millimeter. And cube, all side, the dimension of cube is actually 6 inches. इसको आप देख लीजिएगा. Now, one thing important. Whenever we want to find out the strength of concrete, let's say we need to design the concrete. What the design of concrete, meaning to that we want to find out how much amount of cement we need, how much amount of sand we need, how much amount of crush we need, and how much amount of water we need. These quantities needs to be calculated corresponding to desired strength. Let's say I want my FC dash compressive strength of concrete equals to, I'm just giving you example, equals to let's say 30 megapascal. So corresponding to 30 megapascal, I have various quantities of cement, sand and crush. Let's say another concrete I want to design for 40 megapascal. Now for 40 megapascal, I have different quantities of cement, sand and water. At the initial stage, you guys, you want to say something? जी इंजीनियर इख्तिशाम, आप कुछ कहना चाह रहे हैं? इंजीनियर इख्तिशाम.
नो सर.
आपका माइक बार बार ऑन ऑफ हो रहा है, काइंडली इसको स्विच ऑफ करें या मैं परमानेंटली बंद कर दूं. Alrighty, make sure that next time we will not do like that. Alrighty, so always we target the strength higher than whatever we need required. So this FCR is required or targeted strength that needs to be higher than the actual compressive strength. ACI code actually given us some formulas. If our compressive strength is in between, if it is less than 35 megapascal, then our targeted compressive strength equals to Fc dash plus 1.34 SS. This SS is actually standard deviation from previous data. Now let's say we do not have any previous data. Then ACI code also given a table which says if Fc dash is less than 21 megapascal, the required or targeted strength will be Fc dash plus 7. Now these equations are basically independent of standard deviation. So you can use these equations in order to find out the targeted compressive strength. Now we have stress strain curve for concrete. We need to assume that up till 40% of the compressive strength is considered as linear elastic portion. The crushing strain from 0 to crushing point for concrete according to ACI code, we need to assume 0.003. So whenever I say what is the crushing strain of concrete, you will always say it is 0.003. Another important thing is modulus of elasticity. Modulus of elasticity is basically slope of the initial line. This we call as initial tangent modulus. Now, the point where we have 40% of Fc dash, if we draw that line and that slope we call as secant modulus. Where our curve is going to change, and that if we draw the straight line and that initial slope we call as tangent modulus. For design purpose, we only use secant modulus. If we are using normal strength concrete, the EC value, modulus of elasticity for concrete, is equals to 4700 under root Fc dash. Now we have rebar. Actually, we have two different type of rebar. One we call as plain and other we called as deformed steel rebar. Plain steel bar, nowadays it is obsolete. We use normally deformed, and we know that for deformed steel bar, modulus of elasticity, yield strength, ultimate strength, size or diameter of bar are important parameters. This is typical stress strain. These pictures are basically for the rebars. This is typical stress strain curve for steel, for different steel. In the design, actually we consider bilinear curve. We will only consider the strength of steel up till the yielding. All right, guys, books के बारे में सर असदुल्ला काजी ने बताया होगा. Let me go through again. You need to buy actually that book, Concrete Structure by Zaid Ahmed Siddiqui. You will get that book from Strength of Material Lab. Most of the time we will follow that book, Concrete Structure by Zaid Ahmed Siddiqui. We will follow actually that book. Along with the book, just like similar to steel structure, you have design aid for steel structure. Similarly, we have design aid for concrete structures. एक मैनुअल होगा जिसमें सारे फॉर्मूलेज कंक्रीट से रिलेटेड उसके अंदर लिखे होंगे. You have to buy that one as well. You will get those textbook from Strength of Material Lab. All right, guys. जी, इससे related कुछ पूछना चाहें? I actually very quickly go through these slides. The reason being, I have already recorded a detailed video regarding that. मैंने एक detailed video around 36 minute, 36 मिनट की एक डिटेल वीडियो मैंने ऑलरेडी अपलोड कर दी हुई है. तो काइंडली एक दफा आप उसको गो थ्रू कीजिएगा. इफ यू आर नॉट एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड एनीथिंग, I will explain you. जी guys, कोई बात पूछना चाहते हैं? इधर ही हो या भागे हो? Guys, are you able to listen me?
Yes, sir.
Sir, we are listening.
मुझे ऐसा लगा जैसे भाग गए हो। जी, इससे रिलेटेड कुछ पूछना चाहते हैं आप? एक दफा इसको गो थ्रू करें एंड लेट मी नो इफ यू वांट टू आस्क समथिंग। All right, guys. So I'm going to end this meeting. I would say kindly go through that recorded video, and if you have any question, you can ask me in the next lecture. So from next week, again, I'm saying you before coming to ODL lecture, you have to watch the recorded video. So I will make sure that before the ODL class, maybe 1 or 2 days before the ODL class, I will upload the coming lecture. So kindly watch through that recorded video so that it will be much easier in ODL class. All right, guys. Thank you very much. I am going to end the meeting, and Allah Hafiz.